Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the week of January the 30th through February the 5th, 2024. Already getting into February. I do these readings every week. I usually publish them on Mondays. It's a reading for you if you are a Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have some other significant Capricorn placement in your chart. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And I hope you find that this reading is helpful to you. I do this one a little differently from some other readers on other channels, and I'll explain how that works. And if you're returning to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you back. I do hope these readings are resonating, and I hope this is a good one for you this week as well. If you do like this channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a new video when it comes out. Usually on Mondays these come out. And you can also feel free to leave me a comment. Definitely leave me a thumbs up just to help with the visibility of this channel. If you look in the description below, I actually have my links to my PayPal, which for people who like to donate, and again, nobody's obliged to donate at all, but some people like to, and I want to say thank you very much to those of you who do. It's also my website, liminalreiki.com, which is for my business, which the website's liminalreiki.com. This is just as this is Liminal Tarot. But the full business is called Transition Life Coaching, and there's also links in the bottom to my Instagram and Facebook usernames as well. So if any of that interests you, all that's down in the description. Okay, so the way I do these readings, I do this according to the 12 houses of astrology. I use Egyptian system. I use the cartouche cards first, and then I will clarify cartouche with a tarot deck. This week I am using the Druid Craft Oracle, which is a new deck. It's not a new deck. It's been around a long time, but it's a new deck for me. I've just acquired my first copy. And we will finish up with a card from the Gateway Oracle by Denise Linn. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at the first house, which is Aries energy, your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how people see you, and how you want to be seen. Okay, so we have Nephthys with the 5 of Swords. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so you're feeling, with this card, I feel like you're feeling a bit defeated. Okay, 5 of Swords comes up when we feel like we're defeated. Maybe we feel like we can't do something. You have it with Nephthys here. So Nephthys definitely seems to indicate that a situation is cloudy, that there's things that you know, maybe you feel like you don't know the way forward, and maybe you're withdrawing a bit and saying, I don't know, I need to kind of hang back here. And again, that you may feel like you're limited right now. You may feel defeated right now. And with the Nephthys here, Nephthys seems to indicate that which has not occurred yet. So I feel like there's still some things that are yet to be revealed, and I feel like for that reason, you don't want to be too discouraged. Now, we'll try to look through the reading. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing the 9 of Swords in the center, so I don't know. It does seem like you may be, at least somebody here may be very concerned or anxious about something, or maybe feeling like you're making a move towards something or doing something and you're not making that much progress. So we'll look farther through the reading and see if we can figure out why that's happening. Second house is Taurus energy. This is your personal finances, your possessions, what you value. It's Venus energy. Okay, so we have fire with the 3 of Wands. So yeah, you definitely do seem to be putting things out there financially. Fire can indicate that maybe you are trying to pay off debts, resolve a problem, being inspired to resolve a problem, and trying to have a continuing and ongoing situation. Fire is that which endures, right? And keeps going on. With the 3 of Wands, yeah, there's definitely a sense of potentially collaborating with somebody. I don't know whether this is a job or career situation where maybe you're working with someone, or you're putting your energy out into something and you're waiting to see what comes back to you right now, financially. In our third house here, you have Gemini energy. So this is communications, messages of all types, short journeys, technology, things like this. Is all connected to Mercury. Also sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships, and if you are self-employed, this has to do with that as well. Okay, so we have the twins with the 9 of Wands. So I feel like there's some kind of a connection here with somebody. And I don't know if this is a business connection. I don't know if this is just messages. This could be family. This could be a brother or sister. But there's some kind of connection here with the Nine of Wands, where you are feeling like the wounded warrior, where you are just feeling like you are tired, you're worn out, you've had enough. Like somebody's done something enough times and you're just kind of done. And I feel like you're trying to push through to the finish line with something. So this is interesting. So I just feel like, yeah, and with the Nine of Wands, there's a defensiveness there, or a vigilance. Like you're waiting for somebody to do something another time again. If that doesn't feel like a situation, I just feel like there may be the other possibility here is that there is some kind of a situation that is very stressful right now. Maybe you're feeling exhausted. Maybe you're feeling like you need help. And maybe that is what the twins may be suggesting. It may not be the connection that's stressful. It may be that you need somebody to come in and give you a hand with it. Again, whether this has to do with finances, whether this has to do with a sibling relationship, or, problem with, with a sibling, or whether this is just something that's going on in a communication with somebody. But yeah, there's definitely the sense here right now that maybe you are feeling tired and maybe need a break. And it's either going to be because of a connection, or they may be telling you that there's a connection that will be helpful there. Okay, 4th house is Cancer. So this has to do with your home, your environment. It has to do with, potentially the mother and your own sense of security. Okay, yeah, we have Seth here. So there's definitely seems to be anxiety of some type, or some kind of obstacle around either a family situation, or it could specifically be the mother, doesn't have to be, but there's definitely the sense that there has been some kind of an anxiety or an obstacle, or it could be connected to your home as well. And you have this with the Sphinx. So the Sphinx, either somebody's not sharing information about something. That may be the issue over here in the 9th house. You could be very frustrated with somebody who's either keeping secrets, keeping to themselves. Maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you have to hold back and not say something, and maybe you feel like you need to. And again, that would make me inclined to think that the twins does have to do with a family situation, but it doesn't have to. This could be different, but yeah, there's definitely a situation here for somebody where there's something. This looks very much like family, and somebody is holding back. Whether they're holding back, what do we have? We have it with the 7 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, somebody here is definitely not sharing information that they need to be sharing, or somebody is doing something behind the scenes or manipulating somebody. So take this as it resonates for you, but it's hard for me to interpret this any other way other than there may be something unsettled going on here with regard to either your home or something, or some kind of family situation where somebody's withholding information. And I feel like that's what's causing this problem over here in the 3rd house. Maybe even this problem in the 1st house where you're feeling defeated. Maybe it's a family member who, says or does something, and for some reason, even if you try to intervene, or you try to help, or you try to fight the good fight for somebody, like maybe you feel like, oh, what's the use? Maybe you have a mother situation where, sometimes there's a sibling who is who does things, or a family, or somebody in the family who always creates a problem, but somehow the mother always makes excuses for them and so forth. It could be a situation like that. Again, it's not going to be. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But that does seem to be very specific there. Okay. 5th house, this has to do with Leo. This is creative energy. This has to do with children. It can have to do with love affairs. If any of those, if the latter two things apply. It can also just have to do with your recreation and how you spend your leisure time. And for some of you, this could be doing sport, because 5 of Wands here could actually be getting involved in a competition with somebody. However, we have it with the Ankh. So this could be, maybe some of you do like to play sport, and this is something that you love doing. But really, I always see this, when I see this card, this or the twins show up in the 5th house, I always think of a love affair. So certainly for somebody watching this, there may be a love affair. But with the 5 of Wands here, you may feel like it's somebody you have competition for. And again, that's another possibility for this 5 of Swords, that maybe, maybe there is a relationship either that you have, or that you want to have, or trying to get into, but maybe you feel like there's too much competition or too much outside influence here. The other possibility here, like I said, if we're not dealing with a love affair, is that you know, there's some kind of a situation, some kind of ideal situation or something you're passionate about where there seems to be some kind of an outside interference. But again, because this is the house of recreation and sport, this could be somebody who's playing sports too. So I just, I would think I would see it with Sirius though, because Sirius is the card of sport here. But anyway, yeah, take that as it resonates for you. Sixth house is Virgo energy. So this has to do with health, healing. It has to do with work and service, and also it's the house of worry, potentially domestic animals as well. Okay, so we have Ta with the King of Cups. So Ta is definitely about working hard. I mean, this is you, Capricorn, okay? This is you, you know, shoulder to the wheel and nose to the grindstone, as they say. You know, you're busy, you're working hard at doing something, at building something. Since it's the house of service, this could be work that you're doing for somebody else. With the King of Cups is a very strong emotional component, so there's a strong love element to the King of Cups, but I also feel like this has to do with a situation that requires emotional control. Maybe you are working hard at something, and maybe you're feeling like you want to, you know, again, we see this Sphinx down here. This could be a situation you're worried about where, you know, maybe for the sake of peace, you're not saying something that you want to say, or you're just trying to keep your emotions in check. But this could also just be a person. Maybe it's even a person who you work with, or somebody connected, something connected to work or some kind of work that you do, whether you get paid work, volunteer work, whatever. This could just be somebody who is trying to, who has some compassion for you, maybe possibly love, but, you know, maybe who is trying to help you relax and have a good time to some degree as well. That's another possibility here. With this Ankh here, it's quite possible that this person that you're interested in may be somebody that you know from work. But it does seem to be somebody for whom there may be some competition, if that's the case, or at least you feel that there is. Okay, seventh house is Libra energy. This has to do with marriages, long-term partnerships, legal contracts, so any kind of legally binding partnerships. And you have Lotus with strength. Again, you have this energy in three places now of holding emotions back. Now, Lotus has to do with calming the mind. So this could be you. Okay, if you're looking to be in a relationship, a long-term relationship with someone, and you're not, this can indicate like a peaceful continuity of something. This indicates showing strength. So again, if you have this struggle down here with the Five of Wands, it could just be saying that you are taking the high road in a situation, trying not to worry about things. If you have a friendship or building relationship with someone, this does say peaceful continuity. This is usually minor stuff, so I don't feel like this is going to get in the way, although you might feel like it's something getting in the way. If you're already in a marriage, then what comes into mind is that you may have a partner who demonstrates strength and groundedness and calmness of the mind. So it could be that you have a partner who's actually able to ground you and who help you feel strong, or alternately, maybe you're doing that for them. Could go either way. And in any case, if it doesn't have to do with that kind of a partnership, if it does have to do with a business partnership or something like that, then definitely there seems to be this idea of peaceful continuity and ethical behavior with strength. Eighth house is Scorpio energy, and Scorpio has to do with transformation, has to do with big changes, big milestones, big changes, and also other people's money potentially. So we have Scarab with the Magician. Now, Scarab is a card that comes out. Again, this is the house of birth and death, so this is a card of definitely a birth or a new beginning of some kind. This could be a spiritual new beginning. This could just be that you are about to enter a new milestone of your life. Some big change is about to come up. We have this with the Magician, which, this is card number 1. This is the beginning of manifestation something. So I feel like this represents some kind of significant new beginning that's happening in your life. So yeah, I look at this 9 of Wand energy over here. I'm looking at the 5s and the difficulties of the 5s, and this suggests to me that this kind of stuff is coming to an end. Okay, you are definitely moving into a space where you are, you are going to be able to take charge of your destiny, create more. Magician definitely has to do with communication and just the ability to create your reality, to do what you want. So they're definitely definitely things that happen in the 8th house are not superficial things. Okay, when we see changes there, these are big changes that are coming. These are changes that are, I'm going to say, out of your control, because they just seem to be kind of things that happen to you, a bit like the Wheel of Fortune sometimes when it comes up. It's something like that the universe is bringing into your life right now for whatever reason. And these changes are coming, and it'll be time for you to take action when these changes come in. Okay, 9th house, this is Sagittarius energy, so this has to do with expansion, long distance travel, higher education, so higher ed institutions, religious institutions, anything that has to do with higher thought, deeper thought, things like that. Okay, and we have Thoth with the 7 of Cups. Now, oh, and I should also mention legal matters for that house. So Thoth for somebody could be a legal matter, or a legal matter going in their favor. Trying to see if I saw... I've been doing a bunch of readings, so I'm just trying to see if I get myself confused as to what cards have appeared in what readings. Okay, the card I'm thinking of isn't in this reading. So you've got Thoth here. But this also could have to be a card of higher ed as well, and also publishing for some people. So again, every general reading, take it as it resonates. But it's but I feel here that you are that there's some significant thing going on here. So maybe you are going back to school, maybe you're in school, maybe you do have a legal matter that's going to potentially go in your favor. Thoth definitely promotes healing. There's a sense of karma to it, of timing, of something happening at the right time. Now we have it with the 7 of Cups. So sometimes 7 of Cups, like this could, there's a component of it that people talk about now where it has to do with things that are happening online. So for instance, some of you may go back to school and, for an online certification program or something like that. 7 of Cups can also just have to do with having a lot of possibilities and not being clear. And that really jives with what we see in the 1st house here with Nephthys. There's an idea of I don't really, and they're both number 7, as you'll notice. In fact, you've got a 7 there, you've got a 7 down here in the home sector. There's definitely a sense here of and the other 7 here. There's possibilities here. Some of them are real, some of them aren't real. But I think what this is telling you is that whatever's real is something that's just going to come to you. I mean, you've got the scarab in the 8th house. It's something that's just going to come to you, so you may just have to wait for it. Maybe this is connected to home and family as well with this Sphinx. Or maybe it's connected to a move, because this does have to do with long distance. So for some of you, it could be that, you feel like it's the time for something, but you don't really know how this is going to come together. Maybe it seems like a fantasy right now. So that's another possibility with those cards. 10th house, we have Capricorn. This is you. This is ruled by Saturn, and it's also about career, fame, and reputation. And wow, Sirius with 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, you have the 8 down here. Oops, you have the 8 down here in the 6th house, and then you've got the 8 here. So yeah, this is you building something, moving to completion. You are definitely working real hard right now, Capricorn. And but Sirius is also encouraging you to think outside the box, to innovate. It definitely indicates that you have what it takes to take the rough with the smooth. Sirius is definitely a strong, active energy that is strong and that is able to not only to take all the good, but also to work with the challenges as well. And 8 of Pentacles indicates being recognized, having a level of expertise, maybe being able to mentor others in something that you're doing. So definitely good omens here with regard to work. You definitely are working very hard, and it does seem like you have some support here as well. Okay, 11th house. This is Aquarius energy, and this has to do with your friendships, your social networks. It can have to do with your goals, your destiny, your hopes and wishes. Okay, so we have Isis with the 8 of Swords. So, okay, this may have to do, you can decide whether this has to do with a friendship or whether this has to do with a goal that you have in mind or a wish. But the 8 of Swords indicates being boxed in mentally. You're thinking about something one way. You're not seeing the way out. You feel like you're trapped here, but you're not actually trapped. If we look at the woman who's bound here, you see the top part of her is bound and blindfolded, but her feet are not bound. I mean, strictly speaking, she could, she could walk away. I mean, there is a way out. My favorite version of this card is in the Mystical Cats Tarot, where there's a Siamese cat laying on his back, kind of yowling, and he's kind of stuck under a little branch. And really all he has to do is roll to the side to get out from under the branch, but he thinks he's trapped. So it's, yeah, there's a sense here of feeling helpless. And that definitely fits in with this Five of Swords. I feel like in terms of whether this has to do with a connection or friendship or with just something that you want to accomplish, I feel like this is saying, you're feeling like, I can't do it. I'm defeated in some way. But you have this with Isis. So Isis has really two messages here. One is that you're probably going to have to be patient to get what you want. You need to continue to persevere. You've got this strong energy of perseverance here, and you do have some support here, even though maybe it doesn't feel like you do. And so there's definitely an element of patience to this card. I feel like there's also an element of self-care. This may be a situation where you are beating yourself up. Maybe you're considering yourself a failure in a particular situation. This says to me that you don't want to do that, and that you are you need to be kind to yourself. There's definitely a sense of nurturing and self-care here. Now, whether or not that's a factor in what you feel stuck in, like for instance, this is the card of the mother, and the fact that I see difficulties in the mother house down here, maybe you're feeling trapped because of a situation with your mother. I mean, that is also a possible interpretation here. But if that doesn't make sense for you, then I just feel like, yeah, there's some situation where you need to have maybe a little patience, not be so hard on yourself, and think differently, because I feel like this means you're not as stuck as you think you are. You just might not be there yet. And finally, the 12th house, which is Pisces energy. Pisces is about what's hidden. This is what you're showing to people. This is what you are not showing to people. This is what's either unconscious or just repressed or not shown. It can have to do with our fears and our doubts. So you have Pyramid with the Prince of Cups. Okay, so Prince of Cups has to do with an invitation of some kind. It potentially also with something that is a distraction. I think in the House of Fear, and especially seeing the Seven of Cups up here, we may be worried that we are distracting ourselves from where we're supposed to be going. Pyramid definitely indicates a test or initiatory situation. And then the fact that you've got the Scarab in the 8th house here, yeah, you're definitely in a situation where you're being tested in some way. Like there's some challenge because your world is about to change. Now, do remember that you have had Pluto in your sign since 2008, okay? And now Pluto is moving into Aquarius. It'll retrograde into your sign briefly in September, but it's going to go back to Aquarius for the next 40 years. So the fact that Pluto is moving out of your sign, some of the things that may have been the focus while Pluto was there, now maybe moving away or moving on, okay? And you could be left feeling a little confused. There could be a little bit of, because you're a very solid earth sign. I think when we get a lot of this water element in here, there may be a sense of like, oh, this is not concrete enough. This is too pie in the sky or too something, you know what I mean? But definitely you have to understand that right now, you're being tested and challenged so that you're going to grow. And in fact, overall, yeah, you have Anubis with the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords indicates mental energy. You see this person who's weeping in bed. Really, 9 of Swords is where we're spending a lot of time worrying about a future situation. It's a lot of yes, but, and what if, okay? And usually 9 of Swords comes up when we're tormenting ourselves. Again, we have this 8 of Swords over here as well, and you have the 5 of Swords. So, and you have the 9 of Wands. So you are definitely sick and tired of something. You're worried about the future. You're not sure how things are going to go. You're feeling restricted in terms of your hopes and wishes. Anubis is telling you, okay, first of all, Anubis indicates that you're protected. Okay, so if you feel like you're threatened in some way, maybe if you feel like your home's threatened or there's a family situation that's threatening, you are definitely protected. And Anubis also teaches us, Anubis is the guide through difficult situations. So you are going to be guided through that situation, whether it's your own inner guidance that comes out, whether you have guides that you consider spirit guides to help you, whether you just think of it as the universe intervening, there's definitely protection and help coming in. The number 9 seems to be significant because we have 2 9s. We've got a 9 here. The one, if 9 is not referencing a specific period of time, and you also have the 8s here as well. You see, have 8s and 9s. If it's not a specific period of time, 8s and 9s definitely suggest we are getting towards the end of something, okay? that something is coming to a point of completion. It's not a 10, but it is a 9. You're almost there. And then you still have Scarab here. So there are definitely changes coming. I just feel like these changes have not arrived yet. And there may have been some, some difficulties in communications. There could be some difficulties around the home or the family. And some areas where you're just feeling like you're not clear on what's going on. Maybe you've been holding back your emotions a lot. And but clarity is coming, and but it's definitely showing that you are continuing to work hard and do your thing in the midst of all this. So, so let's draw a Gateway Oracle card for you to sum up this reading. And let's see, what does Capricorn need to know? January 30th through February 5th. Ooh, we got 2 cards. All right. Our 2 cards are Letting Go and Rising Above. Yeah, okay. So there's some situation, this 9 of Swords may not have to do with the future. It may be ruminating on the past. Letting go. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. And yeah, Anubis literally has to do with the ebb and flow of life. I mean, as does the water card. And you have Rising Above. I see only beauty and grace. Okay. So rising above, I'm not big on transcendence. I think we need to be where we are. I mean, I'm not a Capricorn, but I am another earth sign. So I do believe we need to be where we are. But when I think of rising above, I think of needing to take a broader perspective to see the bigger picture. And I think that's what you need to do here. You need to not be stuck in the past. Don't assume that past patterns are necessarily going to repeat. I mean, you do want to look at the reality of situations, but do be aware that big changes are coming in. So allow yourself to think outside the box, to think differently, to expand your horizons about whatever's going on here. Whether it has to do with a relationship, whether it has to do, I feel strongly like this is somehow around family or a home situation, something like that. Again, maybe business for some people. But I feel like there's a situation where you're tired of the same old, and you're ready to move out into something new here, and you're definitely headed in that direction. So so don't give up, just keep moving along, keep going with the flow. I hope this reading was helpful, Capricorn. I hope you have a great week. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment if you choose, and please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you find out when my videos come out every week. Like I said, usually on Mondays. The time can vary depending on whether I have tech issues or not. So, in the meantime, have a great week, and hang in there, hang tough, and we'll see you next time.